Animals of all kinds are having trouble finding food and water in these extreme conditions, and that could have long-lasting impacts on their future. It could be most noticeable in the bat population here in Austin. KXAN's Jared Wise explains now.
Oh, look, those bats are flying up in the air.
Seeing the bats fly out of the Congress Avenue Bridge is a treat for any age.
They're flying so fast.
This year more than most because they're flying out earlier while the sun is still up.
Yeah, I heard this year was a really good year for it.
Well, that's not necessarily a good sign. Scientists say it's because they're having trouble finding food, insects, and have to venture out earlier and fly farther to feed.
If there's less food, the mothers are going to have less milk. It'll be harder for the babies to survive.
And that's the other problem. The nearly 1 million bats that fly here during the summer months are mothers and here to have their young that are now just learning how to fly and may never make it.
We predict that there will be fewer bats next year just because it's more difficult for the females to nurse.
The extreme drought and dry creek beds like this don't only have long-term effects on the bats, but other wildlife as well, especially those that also live in the water.
The drought's especially hard on amphibians. They need summer rain to breed, and we haven't had that.
From plants to bugs to animals like deers and birds, breeding and raising their young seem to be the biggest obstacles of the drought.
Not be able to feed them, not be able to take care of them, and sometimes they succumb to the heat.
The effects of which will be seen over the next few years with fewer animals of all kinds. But there's still hope.
But in a few years, the populations respond and they bounce back.
Well, I like the bats.
And for the young ones who now watch the bats in fascination, their parents hope they will still get to enjoy them when they grow up.
She's having a blast. So it's just a really neat thing that we have to occupy ourselves with.
In downtown Austin, Jared Wise, KXAN News.